The Layla Show. Welcome to another week of The Layla Show, where we build a conscious community one conversation at a time. With your host, me, Layla Ziari, coming at you with weekly episodes every Friday featuring guests from all over the world and so many different industries, sharing their stories, experience, tales, laughing, loving, and just vibing out. The Layla Show. Well, welcome to another week of The Layla Show. I'm your host, Layla Ziara. I never introduced myself, so that's my motherfucking name, and don't forget it. And this week we're talking to Kevin Palmieri, and he is the founder of Next Level University. And as we just heard, he does pretty much everything. So that's podcasting, coaching, mindset, all the things, all the stuff. So we're just going to hear about it because I don't know. You said a lot of things, consulting. I don't know. You do a lot. So welcome.
I appreciate it. I'm excited to chat, Layla. We were scheduled to chat last week, and then the vacuum ate the webcam, and we rescheduled. So this is something I've been looking forward to, and I am genuinely excited to chat.
I am too. That's such a ridiculous fucking excuse, though. But it wasn't even. It was real. I looked at when I was opening our meeting today, though. I looked at the little note vacuum ate the webcam, and I chuckled. I was like, that's something special.
Like the dog that ate the homework, except it's a machine and it's real. I was there. I witnessed it. It looked like, it wasn't great. The quality wasn't great. But
no, my face is much more hello today.
Yeah. We can see you. We can see you.
See you.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, welcome. And so tell us about this. I mean, I don't really even know where to start with you, but what is this Next Level University? Educate us at this Next Level University.
Yeah. I started a podcast in 2017, fell in love with podcasting, went through some suicidal ideation in 2018, left my job to do this full time. So I've been a full-time podcaster, quote unquote, since 2018. But as we did it for longer, we started to grow. So we have a Facebook group, we have an email list, we do one-on-one coaching, we do group coaching, we produce 53 podcasts, we do like a dozen people's social media. I coach podcasters, my business partner coaches business owners. Wow. So there's so much going on. And on top of that, we do 7 episodes a week for the podcast.
7 a week?
Yeah. I have another podcast, Layla, that's about podcasting that I do an episode. I only do 1 episode a week for that.
But your ambition is, I don't know what to say. It's something I don't have. Like, I have some ambition, but like not like that.
Yeah, but maybe you're not supposed to necessarily.
I don't think so. I mean,
yeah. That's the thing is, do you want to work 16 hours a day? No.
I want to work 2 hours a day and sing Kumbaya and do whatever the fuck I want to do. Yeah.
So I would say my journey is not the one for you. And that's something I always I used to be the self-improvement guy who thought everybody was supposed to want to change the world in a massive way. Mm-hmm. I think everybody's supposed to change the world in their own unique way. And your unique way is just different than mine. And I don't know. I don't really care about people's goals anymore. I care about the lifestyle that you're willing to live until you accomplish the goal. Because
I like that.
I want to have the most successful podcast in the self-improvement space. You know how long it's going to take me?
A long time.
It's going to be a long time. And if I hate the journey, I'm never going to accomplish it, but I love it.
Yeah, you have to like the journey, and we are all so different. And I think that's like good that you said that, because so many self-improvement people like just have like one modality that they kind of throw at everybody. Yeah. But no, you can't, because not everybody fits that mold. Like me, like I said, I don't want to fucking work. I actually don't ever want to go to work. Thank you so much. Like, I've never wanted to go to work. I mean, I'm like, okay, podcasts sometimes, like a couple times a week, because I enjoy human interaction. I'm a fucking hermit if I don't do this, because I don't like to go outside anymore, because I don't know, I used to like drink a lot, and now that I don't like drink a lot, it's like I don't know what to do when I go outside other than be by myself and walk. So it's like just social interaction is podcasts at this point. So
okay, I dig that. I'm the same. I don't seem like I'm extroverted, or I don't seem like I'm introverted. I'm definitely not extroverted. I'm a hermit as well. I like staying inside and being by myself. I just happen to talk to people all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It tracks, makes sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like you and I are very similar when it comes to that.
Yeah, but I like my own little world, you know? My own little world is
I
nice.
do. I do. I understand. Sundays for me are family day. I don't do anything public facing. You will not see my face on a Sunday. I need a day just to be with my wife and stay in my pajamas all day.
I think a pajama day is really valid. I
Yep.
think most of my days right now are spent in my pajamas, but
Nice.
you know, I also really like clothes. So I don't know how I collect vintage clothes. I don't know where I get to wear them at this point, but you know, we'll figure it out later. It's just like
Evolution, my friend. Evolution.
evolution's a weird fucking thing. So
It is. It's painful too.
yeah, until I don't know. I feel like it was painful for so many years for me, and now I'm just like, yeah, well,
What shifted?
yeah. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
What shifted? What shifted to make it not painful?
I just got used to it or got used to myself or like myself enough to not really care about what I'm going through because I guess it's it. Like I can rely on myself fully at this point. I feel like I didn't have that, so it's mostly painful because I was trying to like incorporate all these beings and different things and like you know, I don't know. Most of my journey personally, I was like, okay, well, I have to be successful and do this and like I gotta create this all the time and do this and like gotta put myself out there, gotta be seen, gotta be heard, gotta be appreciated. Like, fuck that. I don't give a shit if you like me, you know? I genuinely don't fucking care. I don't care like about all the things. I guess I don't like desire like I used to. I don't know. I was always
Mm,
like, I gotta be a billionaire, I gotta be super successful, even like, but I've never worked for anybody else. Like I've always done it my own way, but I like genuinely just don't care anymore. I'm like, I always have what I need. Whatever I want to do, I'll do. That will change so many times.
mm,
I no longer care if like people, if I have good friends. I don't care if I have a partner. Maybe I care if I have cats, but like, you know, I don't know. I guess that's it. I just like don't care about all the things anymore. I'm just like good with me and know that like
mm.
no matter what gets thrown at me, like I got this and I can handle it. And like
You
I'll be fine.
feel fulfilled?
No, never, but like no, never. I mean, there's so much life to live, but I guess I don't feel fulfilled, but I don't feel unfulfilled, if that makes any sense.
A little bit makes a little bit of sense, I think.
He's like, "No, like,
No, I can ride with it. I can ride with it. If you
I'm not like, I feel like I'm not sitting here like, oh God, the next great thing like it used to be. So I'm not like chasing the next great thing. But like if I was to die today, I'd be fucking pissed. There's a lot I want to do. So,
mm,
so that, I don't know.
it's duality.
Yeah,
Duality, my friend. Okay. Cool.
duality's important, you know?
I dig it. I dig it.
I dig it. Okay, good. What about you?
I'm super fulfilled. Yeah,
You
I'm super fulfilled. This is a dream.
what does that feel like?
It's really freaking hard. It's not. I used to think that fulfillment was skipping through flower patches. It's like that's what I thought of. Fulfillment is just a good feeling. My life is the most challenging it's ever been, for sure. But I'm also the most fulfilled I've ever been because I'm growing and contributing at a higher rate than I ever have. And to me, that brings fulfillment. I don't know. There's a part of me that likes a 16-hour day because at the end of it, it's like I accomplished so much today, and I'm so much better than I was at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
But I also used to work 16-hour days at jobs that I hated, and I never felt that.
Yeah, I think yeah, a lot of what it has to do is like living your purpose.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
I guess that's why I'm not fully fulfilled because like I'm not really doing it like all the time at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm still playing the field and all the things that I dip my hands into. Yeah, I mean, I'm not writing anymore. That sucks. I'm not creating anymore. That fucking sucks. That's on me, but no, I like that you're fulfilled. I
I
like
like it
that
too.
you're fulfilled for you. And
I appreciate it.
I think that, you know, they always say if you like love what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
Ah, that's bullshit. That's not real. That's fake. It's made up.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's still hard work.
In order to do the stuff that I love to do, I have to do the stuff that I don't love to do that gets me the opportunity. It's like,
That's true.
I love this, but you don't know what I'm going to do after this.
No, I have no idea.
Right? I don't like batching emails at 6:15 in the morning, but that's what I do every day. It's like
Oh, that sounds terrible.
it's not great. It's not ideal, but I think that's one of the most common misconceptions is if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Yeah, yes, and there are a lot of things that you have to do in order to do the thing that you love to do.
No, 100%. I feel like nothing is just sunshines and rainbows and flower
Can't be.
bushes. No, it can't be.
It
I
can't
mean,
be.
I love this part of it. I don't love social media. I don't love posts.
Yeah.
I think they're fucking annoying. I hate that I have to pick up my phone every day and post something. I think it's fucking dumb.
I understand. I understand. It's
Like, whatever. It's not like that big of a deal, but
yeah, yeah.
it's really like it's not that serious in the grand scheme of things. But I
Yeah, yeah,
understand, like, there's parts of it that I don't like either.
I think it's just the way it I think it's like that in everything.
Yeah.
There's parts of relation like I have a wonderful marriage, but there's parts of it I don't like. Having deep vulnerable conversations kind of sucks.
Oh, see, that would be my favorite part.
Well, okay, what wouldn't you like? This is interesting.
Um,
This is fun. I like this.
oh, me too. What wouldn't I like?
Yeah.
Feel oppressed, like having to share my life and not being able to like run away whenever I feel like I can no longer jump on a plane to Spain tomorrow without considering it's the consideration of somebody else's feelings that I want nothing to do with, which sounds really cold-hearted and evil, but it's but it's true. And I also like I spent the majority of my 20s in like long-term horrible relationships, and then like I've never been in a healthy relationship. I'll do that
Hmm.
later in life, but it's just, I don't know, I really like being by myself. So like
Okay.
I like the ideology of like having someone to go deep and do all the weird vulnerable stuff with. But then the fact that you're there all the time and I have to share my house with you, and what if you don't like my decorations? And what if I have to compromise like what I feel like doing for you? That is the most terrifying thing in the entire planet. Like I'm good with that.
Okay. Do you believe a relationship exists where you won't have to do any of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I don't know. I actually don't know the answer to that question. In my
That's okay.
mind, of course, because anything's possible, and I don't think I'm supposed to like be by myself forever. So then it would have to, because whatever I would get into would have to fit that.
Hmm.
And they would have to be like a free bird in their own right. So yes, sure. But have I seen it? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's almost like an ideal situation for you would be to find a partner that they do the things that you want to do and then you miss them. So they hop a flight to Spain and you say, "Oh man, I really wish that person was here." That would be
I mean, but why aren't they inviting me? That's rude.
because you're not inviting them. That's what you want.
Now I want to go with them, but I don't know. I always say like my ideal relationship would be someone who like travels for work a lot and isn't home all the time.
Hmm. I respect it.
Just because like I don't know, I don't know. Like, but then yeah, I would want to miss you. I feel like it would bother me if I had to come home and look at your face every single day. But maybe I would love you so much it wouldn't bother me. I don't know. See what I mean? I don't fucking know because I'm not
I
in
do.
that situation. Because also when I'm like in love or like have feelings, like I'm all in. So like I can say this now with a straight face and fucking mean it. But that doesn't mean that like if I met my person tomorrow that this would be the same conversation. You would probably
Yeah,
hear a completely different side of me and be like, I can't wait to adventure the world with this wonderful human. But like right now, I don't have that. So right now it's really easy to be like, well, fuck you. You can't be home all the time.
yeah. Yeah, well, again, that's evolution, right? You don't know you know what you think you want until you get what you actually want, or you know what you think you want until you get what you don't want, and then you re-aim and
I
you make a new
so.
target.
And I can say, like, I for sure know what I don't want in so many situations because I've lived through it. Like, I
Yeah,
can tell you so many things I don't want, but I can't really tell you what I do want, because I've never experienced it. I don't know what it looks like. I have this ideology in my head. We all do. We all have these ideologies in our head of what certain, like, ideal situations will look like, but we have no idea. We're just like, we're basing it on our perception and what we've lived through and what we can see. We have no idea what like that feels like. I don't
yeah.
know what fulfillment feels like. So, I don't know what any of that really
I
feels
know.
like.
And it's very hard to explain. If you said explain it to me, I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
It feels like accomplishment, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess I know what accomplishment feels like because I have days where I feel super accomplished, but I think fulfillment is probably more than that because it's like a overall overarching, there must be some peace to that.
I think it's like an invisible line that connects you to something in the future. That would be the best way I could put it is I feel like I'm part of something that's way bigger than me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I never felt that. I never ever felt that before. Most of the jobs I worked were dead end jobs that I never really cared about. It's like a mission. Maybe a purpose. You just feel like you're on purpose.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I kind of know what that feels like because I've always felt like I've been on my mission. I've always been on my mission. It's just that like my mission has evolved as I've evolved. And I guess I want to rephrase it. I don't feel like completely unfulfilled. I just don't feel like I'm living that purpose like 20. I am, but it's just like not where I want it to like be at the be all and end all. Like, I guess I'm only doing, I don't know how to even say what I'm saying.
I mean, it's not an easy conversation to have. Never mind on a podcast episode that people are going to hear.
Yeah, well, whatever. I talk really vulnerably a lot. So that part's okay. I just like don't know how to voice into words. Like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like this podcast is part of my mission. I just feel like there's so many more things that I haven't tapped into or I've tapped into in the past, but wasn't fully ready to like commit to full time. And I think there's just so many other aspects of my life where right now it's more just like spend a lot of time introspective and chilling instead of throwing a bunch of shit at the wall that you're going to like abandon like I used to. So am I fulfilled? Sure, kind of ish. Like, I don't feel like in this very moment there's anything else I'm supposed to be doing, but in the grand scheme of things, there's so much more that I'm supposed to be doing. When is the time to do that? I don't know. Right now I'm in the middle of moving. I genuinely don't give a fuck about my purpose. Like, let's be honest. In the grand scheme of things, do I care about my purpose? With all of my heart. Today, no, I care about like making sure my truck gets packed in 7 days. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess that's where we're at. That's where that like kind of sums up where I'm at in the journey in general. It's like there's all these things, and I used to spend all my time and all my life thinking about those things that are coming, and then like ignoring the fact that I have a moving pack to pack, and just like living in that. But right now, I'm just like, you know what? That's gonna all happen, and it's all gonna show up. Right now, like it's just like right now, there's nothing I can do to further that except for like get on this podcast with you. That's what I'm doing to further that. That's something I know that is involved in the grander scheme of things. And no, I'm not podcasting for 7 hours a day, but I have an episode a week and, you're a guest. So I'm doing that. And then I might watch like 3 movies today. Who cares? I might go drive some Instacart, whatever. I'm going to probably pack like 3 boxes and start taking the art off my wall. Cool. And you know what? Like for me today, that's good enough.
It's hard too, because there's a difference between a purpose and a vehicle. I'm not supposed to be, I wasn't born to be a podcaster. When I was born, podcasts weren't a thing. It didn't exist.
Right.
The mission and the purpose is it's almost like it's the energy.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And the vehicle is how do you deliver it. So even if that's the thing is you still are living your purpose if you're showing up the way that you feel like you're supposed to show up. It's just maybe the vehicles, okay, I'm not writing as much. Well, I'm not driving that vehicle. I'm not doing art. Or I'm not whatever. That's the interesting thing about it. Purpose is weird. The other weird thing? Everything's weird. You ever have a rough day? This is what I do. I sit down and I think to myself, we are on a rock that's spinning through nothingness and everythingness at the same time. And if gravity ever decides to take a day off, none of this matters because we're all going to float out into space. And that helps to keep me grounded because this is a weird...
Made me so happy.
This is a weird thing we got going on. So
it really is so fucking weird. Existence is so fucking weird, and like I do get very philosophical about all this shit sometimes, but like I just like sometimes I just can't with myself and that. Yeah. Like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, how do we exist? Why do we like what for what for what for why? Like for how? Like the purpose of existence like is baffling to me, and I don't think there is one. I just I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough research on it to speak eloquently. I think the purpose is to, I don't know,
just exist.
to leave better than you came.
Yeah, but why does yeah, sure, but
I
why?
don't know why.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
That's
know.
yes, I feel like Earth is like a school or whatever, and we're just supposed to. But honestly, I feel like also we take that way too seriously too. It's like I feel like we're just supposed to enjoy this experience. Like, don't take it too seriously. Like, I feel like so many people take it so fucking seriously. Like, it's really not that serious, you know? I mean, it's just life. Whatever that means.
Yeah.
It's just your fucking life. Which, so, like, I guess there is some seriousness to that, but I don't
Well,
know.
that's the thing is if you live it too unseriously, then it could be miserable.
Yes, but if you live it too seriously, it could also be miserable.
100%.
Like, you can't forget to, like, take a day to frolic in those goddamn flower fields that you're not frolicking in, okay?
Yeah, I agree. I
You
agree.
know, it's just like so many people just live their life just to work and then they're like, they retire, whatever people do. I don't really understand what normal people do, but I think that's what it is. And then, you know, and then they're like, oh, but I never went to Europe and I never went to Spain. Now my back hurts. And it's like, that is not also the purpose. So there's definitely like, there's a balance between like, yes, not being like a piece of shit and just overindulgence and like shitting on everybody, but be overindulgent at the same time. Like, enjoy this experience. We're not here just to like work and die. And also, we're not just here to feed the spiritual purpose and the spiritual knowing because, like, Garen fucking to you, it doesn't really matter that much. You know, yes, we should be better people because, like, I don't know, it feels better and you enjoy life more when you evolve. And, like, yeah, the planet's going to do whatever the fuck the planet wants to do. If we
Yeah.
wipe ourselves out, like, it's really not that serious either, other than for us, you know? So I don't know, but I just feel like enjoying this earth form because say like energy's forever, which I think it is, but I don't know what that means. Like we
Same.
technically exist for an eternity, but do we ever get to be humans again? I don't know. And I really think being human is fun. So yeah.
That was an epic rant.
Thank you.
That was epic. Now here's my thesis. And I don't know what happens when you die. Don't know.
Yeah.
You could turn into a pile of dust. You could become something else. I have no idea.
No idea.
But you ever met someone and you're like, how do you have it? It seems like you have it all figured out.
Yeah.
What if when you die, hypothetically, let's just play with it. Hypothetically, philosophically, when you die, you're born again, but you have X amount of knowledge that you've acquired in your previous lifetime.
I like that.
And the long-term goal is to get to whatever goals you originally set. So, like, let's say I died tomorrow. R.I.P. Kev. It's been real. Thank you for this. Is one of my last podcast interviews. I appreciate it very much. When I come back, I would already be a better speaker. I would already be a stronger communicator. I'd have more vision, more clarity. I might be more consistent. Then I get a go at this again. Thoughts?
I mean, I kind of feel that way though on like some level. Again, like I'm gonna contradict myself all over the place because I don't actually know what happens, and I have a lot of theories and hopes and ideologies, but I do kind of believe in past lives, and I do I do kind of feel like that, like why in this lifetime, like then I'll ask myself this, why in this lifetime was I born already feeling like, well, all this shit is dumb and I don't need to learn this, like I don't need to go through like the awakening crack on the head, like society is dumb, like I was born with that. I was like, okay, cool, this is absolute garbage, how do I exist in this as a child? So it's like, and I had all, you know what I mean, like I already had this like otherworldly perspective when I was here, like immediately right off the rip. But some people don't have that. Some people have memories of, you know, different languages or blah blah blah. Why can a child like recollect something from a past life? And you know what I mean? So yeah, I do kind of feel that way, that we're just kind of repeating cycles and like mastering whatever we chose to master on some level.
So it's safe to say that that's fact.
No.
Bill and I believe that's a fact. That's now a truth.
It's a truth now. We'll just hypothetically.
Yeah, it's weird. You'll never know until you know, and when you know, you won't be able to tell anybody else that you know, probably.
Right, and then like, you know, how many of our minds are erased? Like, because okay, say I believe that today, I still don't actually remember what happened before. You know, I'm not like, oh yeah, and that one time I was burned at the motherfucking stake, or like that one time I was the princess of Monica, which, hi, Grace Kelly, could have been me. I don't know, why did I have a dream one time about the Branch Davidians before I'd even ever heard it happen, which happened on my birthday, where I watched the entire thing, woke up so freaked out, Googled bomb Texas cult, and like saw the guy that I saw in my dreams. Why did that happen? I don't fucking know. Like, why do we tap into these things that, like, I don't know. I don't know, but dreams are the most interesting fucking thing.
Oh my gosh. I have so many dreams where I'm getting killed. It's like regular, just all the time I'm getting killed. I'm just so used to it. They're not even really nightmares. Have you ever seen Halloween, the movie Halloween? Like, I love scary movies.
Same.
For some reason, I have nightmares about Michael Myers.
Really? See, he's like faves. I
like him, but in my dreams, he doesn't like me.
Well, that's really sad.
I get to the point where I just get so sick of running that I just let him catch me. It's like, let's just get this over with. We know what's going to happen here. And then I wake up and it's like, all right, cool. But
that Michael Myers is the one who assassinates you.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. Wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
One of the first movies I remember seeing when I was young, and this expresses my childhood in a very unique, specific way, was Child's Play.
Oh, well,
I used to have nightmares.
Mine was The Lion King, so yeah, that says a lot.
You know what I mean? I was watching that and just, oh man, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. My childhood was weird. I remember having dreams of Chucky chasing me down the hallway, and it was like, this is this is terrible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That explains a lot. That explains a lot about me.
I really don't want Chucky. I mean, honestly, that kind of sounds fun though, to be chased by a serial killer in your dreams, because when I die in my dreams, it's usually like a mass annihilation of like some evil Nazi soldiers or something.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, I used to have those a lot when I was a kid. I'm like, well, great. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I blame my 420 birthday for all of this, because that's Hitler's birthday. So we're going to blame you for that one.
I did not know that.
On the same day. Maybe I'm like channeling your memories. I don't fucking know. But yeah, but then, it's usually like a crazy mass. Even lately, like I don't have those so much anymore, but like a couple weeks ago, I had one where it's like, yeah, some guys just in a building hunting us all down, but there's always like multiple people being hunted. And I somehow always like try to outsmart it and like stay alive. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't,
You ever like kill anybody in your dreams?
I think so, which is surprising. Yeah, I don't have any recollection of ever murdering somebody, which is like really shocking because I love murder so much.
What about it?
I don't know. Like,
do you love crime documentaries?
Yeah, I love like true crime. I love like the mind of a serial killer is the most interesting thing in the entire planet. I think whatever, because like crimes of passion aren't that interesting. I get it. Your spouse pissed you off, you shot him. Not interesting. Like the psychology of somebody who's just like, I'm going to choose with this lifetime to just murder people I don't know, have no emotional connection to, that all maybe have, I mean, like, Ted Bundy was so pissed at his ex-girlfriend that he killed people who looked like her. So there is like an emotional attachment to some of that, or like, I hate my mother, so I kill women. But just like the psychology of somebody who just snaps and is like, yep, this is how I'm going to live my life. Just murdering people that I don't know. Just like, yep, that's it.
It is strange.
I think it's interesting.
I'm intrigued as well, because you wonder what are the dominoes that fell in the right way to make that happen.
Right.
Yeah.
What switch? Because like I don't know. I could like sometimes I can put my brain into like the mind of a sociopath, and I'm like, cool, kind of get like I could totally detach from my emotions and be a crazy person if I wanted to be. But it's like, I don't know, taking that step and then like actually murder is something I would never get to,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very weird thing. The whole existence is just weird.
It baffles me. Like
Same.
how you know, how we can have so many bad things going on. And like also like there's so much magic. Like let's just not harp on that. I don't want to say that before I get into all the dark shit about humanity. But you know, there's so much magic. It's so beautiful. It's so lovely. Blah blah blah. But like there's so much dark, twisted, fucked up shit that goes on. It's just like I don't know. It's very baffling to me because I feel like it's so easy not to do any of that and like not choose violence and like not get in that mindset that I'm just like, yeah, what happened? Like, just the whole evolution of humanity completely blows my fucking mind because, like, humanity are greedy, egotistical, fucking devious maniacs for the most part. Like, who
Do you
everyone.
know? Do
Yeah,
you know that now is the safest time ever of all time to be alive?
sure.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
It's
Elaborate.
it's statistically it's the safest time ever to be alive. It just doesn't seem like it because we have way further 50 years ago, 50 years ago, 1970. Let's say 70 years ago. If something happened in another state, you didn't know.
That's true.
It was like yeah, Bob told me that somebody stole something from the store. It's like, that sucks. That was it. You didn't hear about anything else, really. And again, I wasn't alive 70 years ago, so I don't really know. But this thing, the cell phone, is one of the weirdest things ever of all time because it creates a couple things. One, every time I go on social media, almost all of the people I see are the top 1% of whatever it is that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how many people with 8-packs and that are just jacked exist on the planet? Not as many as you think. That's just what you get shown on social media.
Oh, see, my social media never shows me those things.
That's not a bad thing. Probably it's probably a good thing. What is your feed? Is it cats and
Well, it depends on which. Like on my podcast account, it's all like philosophy, like dark humor and like poetry
okay?
and like universal wisdom. On my personal page, it's more cats, vintage clothes, and then poetry and dark humor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a lot of fitness models showing up on your feed.
No, like less than zero.
Less than zero.
Yeah, like I follow some of my friends who are yoga instructors, but yeah, no fitness things come from mine. They're like, we can't target this bitch. She likes her walks and she goes to the gym reluctantly because she should. She does not actually care. You know, my TikTok though does show me a lot of like fad diets and stuff, and I'm like, shut up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it.
TikTok's a wild place. TikTok is a wild place.
Like, can we just for a second? Because like, what the fuck is like? I go on there and I'm like, the shit that like, because my Instagram knows me, right? It's tailored to me. I pop on TikTok and all of a sudden Tom Cruise is fucking a fish, and it's like the unsolicited information that I don't need to know that TikTok just throws at. Like my TikTok is unhinged and not catered to me at all. It's just like the most unhinged shit.
Yeah.
So it is catered to me because it's like this bitch goes on TikTok for the most unhinged news that has nothing to do with anything she cares about. Do I follow a bunch of like thrifting and vintage stuff? Yeah. Tats, like some recipes. Yes. Do I ever see those things? No. I just see the most unhinged fucking news that you could ever ask for. I'm like,
I will not scroll on TikTok. I do my posting. If people comment and message me, I respond. I do not scroll. I'm not interested. I don't like it.
Sometimes I literally feel like I have to save myself after I scroll on TikTok because I just feel like it takes you to a dark place. Like I just I feel unwell sometimes after I look at TikTok, like genuinely on a soul level. Like I feel so disconcerted by what I like find out about the world. I'm just like, I need to cleanse myself.
The internet is great for a lot of things, but it also creates a lot of perspective that I don't know if human minds are ready for yet.
No. And I feel like TikTok too is just like really judgmental, and it's like it gave everybody who has any thought a platform to just like decide that their thought is law and then like I don't know, it's really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. But, you know, we all have perspectives. And I think, like you said, the cell phone's the weirdest thing because all of a sudden we have like this barrier between like you're not going to go out down the street at the market and spew off all your philosophies to that person. Like, no. It's just not going to happen. But you now have this thing and you're like, Well, I feel like my opinion is valid enough to just like share it. And it's like, is it though? I don't know. But it's weird because now we just have a bunch of phone warriors. And we're like, this is it. This is my moment. And like now I have this platform and I get to talk all the crazy shit that thinks in my head and say it out loud every day. And it's like, oh. And
Yeah.
you see the perspective so much more where I feel like before you didn't really see, and I do. I feel like it's a lot TikTok because Instagram is so much more tame. Like it's so much more tame. People speak their piece, but more on like, we share our podcasts and stuff.
That's why I
Yeah.
like Facebook. Facebook's like pretty chill.
This book's for the aunts and the mommies, and.
Look, that's I'm all for it because there's who's following you. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
I can't go too wild on here. My family's following me on TikTok. You got a private account. Nobody knows what you're doing. You're scrolling to the depths of the interweb. Not you, the collective you, not you.
Oh, I mean, I do it sometimes.
And you, but
Yeah.
I wasn't speaking directly towards you in that.
Guilty. But yeah. Yeah, it is. But the perspectives are just so out there now. Like it's shocking to like know how humans feel about things.
Yeah, I think humans just like to be part of something. So it's if you find something that you feel resonates, it's very easy to just go in on it.
Yes. Yeah.
And that becomes part of your identity, and then it just becomes this whole. It's weird. It's weird. Anytime you're a part of a group, you have to be very, very careful because the group thought becomes your thought.
Yeah, the hive mind thing.
Yeah.
Everybody starts like merging into one and not having their own individuality anymore. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
It's weird. Being a human is weird, and I like it. And
I like it too, but it's very strange.
It is, but would you rather be a fish?
No, because then Tom Cruise might take me out of a fish store and have sex with me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And so there's probably many people out there that are like, that would be my dream as a fish. And hey, good for you. No shame, no shade. Good for you.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being a cat.
But you have to have a good owner, though.
Yeah, no. I was gonna elaborate like with a bougie fucking house situation. Like my cat, who I left with my old roommate in the Bay Area, I would like to be her because she's like spoiled rotten. She has like a really like she just like does whatever she wants. She screams like if she scratches his leg or yells, like he drops everything he's doing and he's like possibly want. Do you want this? And she's like, no. Do you want this? No. Do you want this? And she's like, yeah. Like if I could be her, she's such a brat. Like I could channel her energy all day. She's such a fucking brat, and she's like she's got this pretty yard, like. She does what she wants and like is just spoiled fucking rotten. And like, so I would like to be that cat.
I understand that. Our cats are pretty spoiled, so and we take the best care of them and they sleep with us every night, and I think that would be a good situation.
I would have to be one that goes outside though. I don't want to be like a locked inside.
Our cats stay inside.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they would. I mean, we have two. One just no. Couldn't do it. Wouldn't last 5 minutes. The other one is reckless. Reckless individual. He'd probably crush it in the nature, but
would
But he's gonna stay inside.
That's good because once they get a taste, you can't bring them back. That's the thing. Like I've had cats that I've tried to keep indoors and and I've had cats that have fully been indoors, but it's like once they get that a little taste, and then you try to be like, just kidding, you are an indoor cat. They're like, ma'am. I have tasted the freedom and how and if you try to take that away from me and make me inside forever, I will fucking ruin your life. Like and you know about it. It's like, okay.
I'm now undomesticated. Now that I've tasted the nature, I am undomesticated. I will do what I want.
1 second. It's like you breathed that air once and now it's over forever.
You can't get rid of those instincts.
Yeah, it's true.
Those are deep.
They are deep. So yeah, I think I'd still rather be a human than a cat.
I would too. Being a human's hard and it's challenging, but there's also a high upside, and you are in control of your life far more than anything else on the planet.
That's true. I like that aspect.
Yeah. That's a big piece of it. But there's probably also more stress because you have more awareness than almost anything. Than anything else on the planet. So
there's definitely more stress, but
pros and cons.
Life.
Yeah. You ever seen a dog podcast before? I've never seen a dog podcast before, so I'd be out of a job if I wasn't a human. And that's unacceptable.
Oh my God. I would like, how did you actually make podcasting your job though? Can we just talk about that for a second? Like, how does that work? Because like,
Yeah,
make it make sense to me that you and a million other people actually like profit and live off podcast. Like, how do what?
I started coaching for free. So our podcast is about self-improvement. We're probably 200 episodes in, maybe. And I reached out to 5 people who I knew listened, and I said, "Hey, I've never coached before. I'm interested in coaching. I'll coach you for free for 2 months, no strings attached. If you want to work together at the end, awesome. If not, it's all good." I coached all of them for 2 months, and they all said yes at the end. So I was charging, I think, $50 a call at the time. So I went from $0 to $250 a week.
Great.
And that became the beginning. And then, I don't know, like 300 or 400 episodes in, people started asking me for podcast help. So we started producing podcasts. My business partner has a master's in business, so he started coaching business owners.
Okay.
And then as the community grew, we just had the opportunity to serve the community. So yeah, we've never made $1 from sponsorships. We've never made $1 from ads. We've never made $1 from affiliates. We have made over $1 million from coaching products and services. That's
Okay.
everything we do is really geared to help someone. If it doesn't help, I'm not really interested in doing it.
I love that.
I appreciate it.
That does.
But it's also brutal. It's like, it's very hard to turn your podcast into a business. It is way different than people tell you.
Yeah, I feel like some people just make it sound like la
Of
la.
course.
Like, I started podcasting this one day.
Yeah.
By the third day, I quit my job.
I think they're lying, most likely. More often than not. I saw one of my clients sent me an ad, and they said, "Hey, do you think this ad is legit?" And the ad was something like, "We have helped X amount of podcasts reach X amount of whatever, and all of our podcasts are heard in 235 countries or something." And I sent them a screenshot, and I said, "There's only 100, I think there's 195 countries. So I'm going to guess this isn't real because there aren't that many countries." Now, are there territories? Sure.
Sure, but like that's not even fact, Like,
Yeah, we're stretching the truth here. Yeah, we're stretching the truth.
Lie, get the amount of countries that exist correct, right?
Lie accurately. Yeah, lie accurately. You got to check we got to fact check here. What are we doing?
People just don't check facts anymore.
Well, people want to, there's a lot of people, not everyone. Again, this is just the people that you see, but there's a lot of people out there that care more about getting the result than helping you, unfortunately.
That is very true.
That's unfortunate. But
it is unfortunate. Yeah, there's a lot of just self-servingness. Yeah. I serve myself, fuck you, as long as it works for me. I don't really care how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. Harder to do, though, because of the internet.
Right. But, they still get away with it, though.
I think there's a runway, but I think the runway is shorter because now it's like you get so many negative reviews, people start to question.
That's true. Yeah, you can only get away with it for so long.
Back in the day,
you could do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know. How's anybody gonna know? Nobody knows. There's no internet. We can't talk to anybody else.
It's so crazy that like the internet is just a fucking wild thing.
You and I talking right now.
I know. Oh, well.
We would have never met. In another universe, you and I don't know each other.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
In every other universe, actually. Maybe. But maybe not.
Maybe, yeah. Like, how many universes is there? We don't know.
Infinite.
How exactly. So, like, I
saw something the other day, Layla, that said there are more planets than there are grains of sand on Earth. And I said, whoa.
That's more than I expected.
How is that even possible? You ever been to the beach?
Yeah, that's too many.
That's just one beach. I don't
like that. I accept the fact that there's way more than we know, but I cannot accept that there's
no. It
in this multiverse or in like other dimensions though. Like how
I don't know. Everything in everything.
I mean, I guess if there's infinite realities, then I guess. Sure.
Even that I don't get. I don't
I don't
understand it.
know. I mean, I accept that it's fact, but I don't understand it. Like, sure,
Yeah.
infinite possibilities, infinite dimensions, infinite timelines. Like, I don't question that. I just don't claim to understand how
Right.
that works or what that means.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just
No, I
like, yeah,
can't question it because I'm not aware enough. Where would I even start? Like what?
where do I begin to like understand? Like you hear those stories of people who like experiences like glitches in the matrix or something, like where some I mean, I love listening to stories like this where they'll like see some like they'll see like their friend and then their friend will like disappear and then their friend will come back in real time and it's like they experience this person coming into their reality who's not actually in this reality and then they'll talk to the friend in real life and be like, what the fuck was that? And they'll be like, what do you mean?
Mm.
Like I don't how what is that? What how I just like my brain like it goes stupid. I'm like, cool. The reality split and we experience two timelines. Got it.
I need to experience it though. Like I can't. I'm convinced there's two types of people. There's people that believe in ghosts and people that don't. And
Yeah.
the only people that will ever tell you they've seen ghosts are the people that believe in them.
Yeah.
But is that also I'm afraid of ghosts, so I just convince myself I don't believe in them? That way I can actually never see one?
Potentially.
So I need to experience it.
Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Really? No, I do. I
I've
don't
never seen one.
I don't want to see them.
Have you?
I've heard them, but I don't know like how much can you say? It's
I
like, no, I
know.
have seen one though. Like, okay, so I mean I've like fucked with supernatural shit before and like
Okay.
seen some weird shit. But one day I was sleeping at my friend's house, right? And it's like a stormy night, and I see this guy in the fucking window with like a weird hat on, and I fucking lose my shit and I start screaming. I'm like, and the dog's barking, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I get my friends out of bed, and they're like, no one is in the window. And they're like, what did he look like? And I described it. She goes, oh, that's my dad. I was like, excuse me? She's like, yeah, he's dead. He just comes and visits sometimes. And I'm like, okay. It's like,
Interesting.
typically said I never wanted to see them. And then like for the next like 3 days that I stayed there, like I could like feel a presence and it would come to me and I would hear them trying to talk to me. And I was like, no, I don't want, I would like get these weird like, like it was like people talking on like times 5, like really fast and like weird fucking like gibberish. And I was like, no, I don't like it. Not doing it.
Interesting. Okay.
Not doing it. Yeah, and then like the next night we were like the light started flickering and we were like, hi, is somebody there? And it like we like communicated with it with the light and I was like, yeah, no, and it's like I don't know, I don't really want to hang out with this like weird ghosty dad. And she's like, yeah, he's a trickster, isn't he funny? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't really think it's funny. I like don't want to see your daddy. Like
It's easy for them to say this man loves you. He loved you. This to me this is a ghost person. I don't
like he
know what
does
he's
not
thinking.
love me, and he might actually not like me. And why is he fucking with like you're not seeing him right now? Why is he fucking with me in a storm in the middle of the night, knocking on the goddamn window? Like, can he not? Like, I don't like that.
See, I probably would have tried to convince myself that it was a tree or something.
Yeah,
Because I don't wanna believe in it.
yeah. See, I did that, but then the dog growled, and it was not a tree. And it's like when the dogs get involved, I'm like, shit.
They know stuff. Trees don't wear hats either.
No, they don't wear hats. But yeah, I mean, I do like to convince myself it's not. But then I'm also like obsessed with the supernatural on some level, but like I don't want it's weird. Like I'm obsessed with it, but don't necessarily want it in my life.
I don't know if you can get both.
I think that's probably why I don't see more ghosts because I have conflicting energy about it. I'm like, but then like I feel like I have dream worlds where I used to hang out with a lot of ghosts, and then I feel like I invited their spirits to hang out with me, and I would feel them and like bring them around for a while. But I don't know. But who's to say that's real?
You.
Exactly.
I think that's
Like
it, right?
I can't justify that that's actually correct. Like I don't know what to tell anybody. Like
that's what I'm saying. I don't know if anybody else can tell you. It's like, do you believe? Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's 100%. Like I know that Jack Kerouac's ghost used to follow me around. Cool.
Then go you.
I know.
Right? Who am I to tell you? I've never experienced it, but I also don't want to. So the mind, I can just convince myself. It's like, was that a person? No, that was probably a trash bag, actually. Maybe that was a trash bag that I saw. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I had to do that the other day. I was walking. I love the cemetery. I think it's like my favorite place to go for a walk.
Okay.
But like, I don't usually walk there at night, so I'm walking in the cemetery at night, and like, there's this figure with like a spooky black hat. Why do they always fucking have hats? I swear to God, like this shadowy figure of like this angry looking woman, and I just like, it got chills from head to toe, and I'm like, that's a tree. That's a tree. That's a tree. And I walked and I was like, no, 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 no. And then I just ran out of the cemetery because like I was just like, nope, absolutely the fuck not. No.
What has it taken to get you to walk through a cemetery at night?
I don't know. The sun was setting too early and I needed a walk, and I like to walk in the cemetery.
Do you like to walk in the cemetery at night?
No, I usually do it during the daytime.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So this is more like an accidental happening.
It's just like the sun hadn't completely set yet. It was just like it was like dusking, and then it just like kind of got dark while I was still like in the cemetery, and I was like,
sounds terrible.
Yeah, no, it was. I wouldn't like 10 out of 10. Like after we got off this podcast, I am going to walk in the cemetery because it's just my walk, and I think it's peaceful, and I like dead people. But like, I don't really need to do that at night.
Okay.
Like, yeah, sunset-ish time, but like when it's dark, I would not say walk in the cemetery because even if ghosts aren't real, I don't care. It's spooky. It's
definitely spooky.
And when you hear shit at night and you see shit at night, I could see the same goddamn woman in the day and be like, okay, bye, bitch, you know? But like, there's something about it at night. I'm just like,
true.
No. I'm just like, nope.
That is true. Well, if you hear a noise in the middle of the day, like say you're taking a nap at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
You hear something, you're like, that's probably something. You hear that at 11 p.m., you're like, somebody is most definitely
about to be murdered.
Something bad's happening. I don't know. Either one could be true. Either one could be false. If I'm dreaming, that person is going to kill me, most likely. If I'm sleeping, I'm going to die. 100%. If I'm awake, I hope that's not the case. You know, that's the goal. That's not the case.
Me, like every time I hear a noise at night, I'm like, obviously a murderer is at my door. That's just.
I feel you.
Clearly, the logical answer to everything is like serial killer. So
I feel you. And in my mind, it's like I have to protect the home. So
yeah, that's your fucking job.
I got to be first line of defense. So let me sneak out, look around these corners to make sure nobody is here that it's not supposed to be.
See, that's why I should get a man to protect me against serial killers. Because
a dog works well too.
See, I'm like, I don't want a dog. I want a cat who's just
get a big cat.
The cat is going to offer me up first because self-preservation. So,
what about a big cat though?
Like a panther?
Maybe smaller than that, but bigger than normal.
Like
a what is it? No, I think the same. Aren't they the same size as a puma?
A panther, a little smaller.
Isn't there like is it called like a serval?
Yeah, but that's like the size of like a. That's huge.
That's big.
I think they're like. I feel like they're like mountain lions. Okay, so there's like mountain lions. I think they're like more bobcat size because I do think bobcats are smaller than mountain lions. Like they're not like cheetah size. You know, that's crazy. They're not like lion size, but they're also like not small. You know.
Are they legal? Like, can you just get one?
I think it depends on the state. I did actually look up like a lot of things about big cats at one point. It totally depends on the state. Hey Google, is owning a serval legal? Several cat legal?
On the website servalcatforsale.com, they say the states in which owning a serval is legal make up about half of the United States.
Wow.
There are no laws banning owning a pet serval in Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, Nevada, Wisconsin, Texas, Kentucky, and Delaware.
I don't know, though. I don't know if I'm going to live in any of those states. What about New Hampshire and New England?
Live in any of those states. I could get a pet fox recently, and
interesting.
You can in some states, but I don't know. What state do you live in?
I live in New Hampshire.
Oh, live free or die, motherfucker.
You'd think they'd let you do anything then.
You should literally be allowed to do anything in the live free or die state. It's in the Constitution of license plate.
You can drive around with no seatbelt and no helmet, but you can't smoke weed.
And you can have no insurance on your car, but you can't smoke weed. That's cuckoo.
And you can have any gun you want, but you can't smoke weed.
What? Like that's crazy
It's
to me.
very weird. Yeah, it's very strange.
I would feel like New Hampshire. I mean, I have friends who live in New Hampshire, so I should know this, but like my best friend actually lives in New Hampshire, in Dover, New Hampshire.
Mhm.
But I just assumed because of the amount of weed she smokes that you could, and because it's like the East Coast, and can't you smoke weed everywhere now?
I don't know. I moved to, the only reason I moved to New Hampshire is because it's cheaper than Massachusetts. So like I have nothing.
You're from Mass. I'm from Rhode Island. So
Where in Rhode Island?
Portsmouth, like the Greenock Island.
Okay.
Port.
Okay. I grew up in, Uxbridge, Massachusetts.
No.
You don't know Uxbridge?
I don't. I'm like a really bad East Coaster.
I thought we were gonna land. It's like
I know Boston.
everybody knows Boston. Everybody knows. Do you know Worcester, Massachusetts?
Worcester.
Some people say Worcester.
Worcester. Right?
I grew up like 20 minutes from there.
I know Worcester. Okay.
20 minutes south of there, right on the Rhode Island border, like North Smithfield, Johnston, Rhode Island.
Oh, there we go. I know those.
Twin River's like 20 minutes from where I grew up. 30 minutes maybe.
Like the worst. It's so funny. Like, because I grew up here and I don't know what happened in my childhood that like I just like completely disassociated from reality. And then when I was 18, I left and went to California. And oh no, I was 18. I went to Massachusetts. I went to Massachusetts for a couple years and then went to California and then like really never came back until last year. So like I'm actually like geographically stupid when it comes to the East Coast.
Where are you now? Are you in Cali or are you on the East Coast?
I'm in upstate New York and moving out in 2 days to go back to California because it just didn't. It didn't make sense. Like I could never make the East Coast make sense for me, and I tried because I don't know why I tried. I just tried. Winter's coming, and I must go.
Winter is coming. Winter is here in New Hampshire. It was 36 degrees this morning.
Did you have like a 75-degree week last week though? Because that was nice.
I think the last like 3 days, yeah. But before that, it was like 50s. So I think today it's going to be 60.
It was like in the 30s last night.
I kind of like it.
You are a brave soul.
I think the cold builds character.
Character is. I have a lot.
You have enough. You don't need any more.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Some people need it. I have enough character to fill all the goddamn movies on Earth. So like, cold, goodbye.
I respect it. I have to hop in a minute, Layla, because I have a call.
In an hour. I'm like, I just got distracted. Anyways,
it's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful. Do you have like parting messages for our audience?
Oh man, yeah. Being a human is weird as shit. Definitely super strange. What's on brand for me?
What is on brand for Kevin?
What's on brand for me? We talked about fulfillment. Try to find what fulfills you, because if you're miserable, life is very, very, very long. And if you love what you do and you are purpose-driven, life is pretty short, all things considered. That's what I would. A little wisdom.
I like it.
And now you know if you live in a state where serval cats are legal or not, which is huge. That's huge information I have.
Good. I feel like. Thank you, Google, for that.
Google with a hookup.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Kevin. That was literally one of the more fun hours of my life. So
same, likewise, and that's what we aim for. So I appreciate the opportunity to 100%.
Well, thank you for coming, and
Indeed.
Follow Kevin and follow me, and thank you for listening to this podcast. You beautiful bitches, go get a several, and I love y'all. The Layla Show.